Hello. Please hit like button and subscribe my channel. Also press bell icon for future video notifications. Thanks.
What if the U.S. placed a tax on robots? The concept has been publicly discussed by policy analysts, scholars, and Bill Gates, who favors the notion. Because robots can replace jobs, the idea goes, a stiff tax on them would give firms incentive to help retain workers, while also compensating for a drop-off in payroll taxes when robots are used. Thus far, South Korea has reduced incentives for firms to deploy robots. European Union policymakers, on the other hand, considered a robot tax but did not enact it. Now a study by MIT economists scrutinizes the existing evidence and suggests the optimal policy in this situation would indeed include a tax on robots, but only a modest one. The same applies to taxes on foreign trade that would also reduce U.S. jobs, the research finds. Our finding suggests that taxes on either robots or imported goods should be pretty small, says Arnaud Costaneau, an MIT economist, and co-author of a published paper detailing the findings. Although robots have an effect on income inequality, they still lead to optimal taxes that are modest. Specifically, the study finds that a tax on robots should range from 1% to 3.7% of their value, while trade taxes would be from 0.03% to 0.11%, given current U.S. We came into this not knowing what would happen, says Ivan Werning, an MIT economist and the other co-author of the study. We had all the potential ingredients for this to be a big tax, so that by stopping technology or trade you would have less inequality. But, for now, we find a tax in the one-digit range, and for trade, even smaller taxes. The paper, Robots, Trade, and Luddism, a sufficient statistic approach to. Costaneau is a professor of economics and associate head of the MIT Department of Economics. Werning is the department's Robert M. Solow Professor of Economics. A sufficient statistic. Wages. A key to the study is that the scholars did not start with an a priori idea about whether or not taxes on robots and trade were merited. Rather, they applied a sufficient statistic approach, examining empirical evidence on the subject. For instance, one study by MIT economist Daron Acemoglu and Boston University economist Pasquale Restrepo found that in the U.S. from 1990 to 2007, adding one robot per 1,000 workers reduced the employment-to-population ratio by about 0.2%. Each robot added in manufacturing replaced about 3. In conducting their policy analysis, Costaneau and Werning drew upon that empirical study and others. They built a model to evaluate a few different scenarios, and included levers like income taxes as other means of addressing income inequality. We do have these other tools, though they're not perfect, for dealing with inequality, Werning says. We think it's incorrect to discuss this taxes on robots and trade as if they are our only tools for redistribution. Still more specifically, the scholars used wage distribution data across all 5 income quintiles in the U.S., the top 20%, the next 20%, and so on, to evaluate where empirical data indicates technology and trade have changed that wage distribution. The magnitude of that change helped produce the robot and trade tax estimates Costaneau and Werning suggest. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe my channel for more videos.